Hey soul family, welcome back to the channel. This is the White Feather Tarot, and in today's reading we're taking a look at important messages from your spirit guides. And to do this reading, we have 3 piles for you here today. Let me introduce them to you. For pile number 1, you have the banded green onyx in the shape of a heart. For pile number 2, you have the Sodalite in the shape of a star. And for pile number 3, you have the Carnelian in the shape of a frog. And this is what your crystal looks like. Right, so take a look at which one of these 3 piles or 3 crystals you're the most drawn to, and that will probably be the pile for you here today. But as I always advise you, in case you feel drawn to more than one pile or maybe even all of the piles, trust your intuition. It is your magic that always leads you and guides you to the right readings. So trust it. Let it lead the way. You never know what important message you might hear that will open up your mind towards something, give you the right guidance, or let you know something that you didn't know about that will absolutely surprise you. And as usual, you'll find the timestamps down in the description box. Click on your times and I'll see you in your readings. Hi, pile number 1, welcome to your reading. You have chosen the beautiful banded green onyx, and today we're taking a look at what important messages that you have from your spirit guides today. All right, so your tarot is shuffled with the intention of today's reading. Let's first pull out, I was going to say 1 card, but sometimes, as you can see, we're shown 2 or maybe even more. Let's pull out 1 card from each of these 3 oracle decks so that we are ready to begin your reading and see what you've got. Right, there we go. Okay, so my dear pile number 1, let's check out your oracle cards. You have Hille, right? This is the goddess of the underworld in Norse mythology. You also have the rune Raido, okay, Raido, and you have blade with conflict, injury, apprehension, okay. And finally, you have the nest, spiritual hearth, comfort, well-being. How interesting is that? And also notice these 2 figures have their eyes closed. Okay, sorry guys. I'll probably take that time out in the editing, but the candle just suddenly went off. I felt like the wax was sinking in the wax, and I had to like take a little bit out and light it again. So I feel like this whole thing, because it happened just in the middle of your reading as we were beginning, could even be talking about the beginning of something that you have. This happened and I had to fix it and figure it out. So it's definitely part of your message. Let's now continue and take a look at your tarot cards. Look at that. We were talking about a new beginning. You have the Ace of Embers. That's the Ace of Wands. And it's when something ignites, right? It's the exact same thing that's been happening in your candle. Interesting. You have the Soulmates. This is the Lover's card. Oh, interesting. Okay. You have Karma, this is the Justice card. And you have the Shore. 16 is the Tower card, and so it looks like a tsunami maybe or something. So that's the Tower card. You have the Cosmic Tree. Cosmic Tree 9 is the Hermit. Okay. You have the Three of Birds. That's the Three of Swords. Interesting. Look at that. All of these are major arcana. I just noticed that now. You have the Nine of Trees. Woo. That's the Nine of Pentacles. Wow. Okay. And finally, you have the Veil. 17. Another major arcana. The Star. Isn't it amazing that you have the Nine of Pentacles with the Star? So overall, this is an amazing reading. So for most of the people listening, this is something wonderful that just begun in your life. But not necessarily, the Ace of Wands could also be showing you, especially that we have the veil here, no, I changed my mind. For some of you, this has already begun. For most of you, you're just about to see what's on the other side. See the other side of the veil. Get to the other side of that amazing beginning. And with the veil, it kind of shows me that it will feel so surreal, this new beginning for you. It will almost feel like, whoa, how did this new world emerge for me? And the reason I'm confirming that this didn't begin in your life, because you have Yeshe in the underworld, the goddess of the underworld. So for a lot of you, it's about to show up, as you can see, into your life. But for some of you, I have a strong feeling that it has already ignited, especially that I had to restart the candle in your life. So there are three scenarios for some of you. So I'm mentioning that so that you're able to follow up the reading in your situation. This perhaps didn't begin in your life, and it's just about to show up for you. And I feel like this is most of you. For some of you, this has already begun, and you know what I'm talking about, especially as we do the reading. Number 3, this is a relationship that is igniting for some of you. Let's now begin the reading and see where this is taking us. There's an important message here with that new important beginning in your life. Like I mentioned, this beginning with the nine of Pentacles and the Star card is something that is of a dream. You will feel like you entered some sort of dream world. Something that I feel is a wish fulfillment for you with the Star and the Nine of Pentacles, of course. And you will not believe that it has actually begun for you. And I'm sure for most of you, you don't know what I'm talking about yet, because with Yeshe, you have not maybe seen it yet. So your spirit guides want to talk to you about this beautiful beginning, because just as beautiful as it is, that new beginning that you're about to start now, just as you may find yourself torturing yourself with that new beginning, although it's a wonderful blessing. See, here you have the Raido, and the Raido rune is all about going on new adventures. And that's why I really felt it with the Ace of Wands when it showed up, and the candle, that something has ignited or is about to ignite for you. But you also got to be careful with the Raido, because the challenge of the Raido rune is focusing too much on the adventure that you forget about the real life, knowing that with this new adventure that you're so focused on the high that you forget that with the highs comes challenges, comes things, real life things that you focus on, and that it's okay to have these real life events happening with the new challenges. It's like, a mother getting a newborn that has wished for a newborn for years and years, and finally that newborn is here. She cannot believe it. She's hugging it, she's kissing it, and she feels like that is a wonderful new beginning in her life. She's a mother now, and it's almost surreal. But with that comes a lot of things that she didn't expect. The regular meetings at work that she had later on as the child grows up, she's not able to perform it in the same way. She has to readjust her schedule, right? She didn't expect that there are some things that now she has to read about, and some things that she has to get that she didn't get before. I don't know. I personally didn't have a child before, so I'm not able to go full throttle with the example. But you know what I mean. I'm sure as I'm thinking about this, there are so many things that come as a surprise with having a newborn that you have to fit into your schedule and fit into your life that you never thought about. And so that's exactly the energy that I'm seeing here. Your spirit guides are telling you, it's when you get these things, that conflict, that these difficulties that naturally come with every blessing that we get in life, don't take it as the world or the universe trying to make your life difficult or is not giving you what you want. And let it take away from that shine or that beautiful feeling in your heart, just like what happened in the candle. I'm not sure if it was caught on camera, but the candle, the wax just put it off, and I kept turning it on and it would just put it off. And I had to eventually, take out a little bit from the wax to be able to make it ignite again. And so that's what I feel. It's like the heaviness in your heart, don't let the heaviness in your heart. And you see the karma card here is actually holding a heart. Can you see that? Oh no, that's a newborn. Interesting. I just saw it as the heart. No, it's a newborn in the place of the heart. Well, it's in the place of my heart. It's supposed to be the other way around, but you know what I mean. So my point being is, don't let the natural things that happen in new journeys put off the excitement of that very beautiful journey. Because the sooner you accept that there are challenges and that it's okay to have challenges and to take it easy and to deal little by little with the challenges that come with the new beginning, you suddenly don't feel like you have, like life is being hard on you and that it's becoming difficult. And instead of enjoying something so wonderful and swimming in its glory and beautiful feelings, you find yourself experiencing the opposite. Immersing and indulging in that beautiful feeling. You find yourself living in sadness and anger and pain and frustration of how your new beginning is not really yet forming in the way that you want. Your spirit guides are saying, don't let it get to your heart. You see the Three of Swords? The Three of Swords is a card of, speaking of the heart, of us suffering mentally and hurting our hearts because of our thoughts. Sometimes it's us pulling the strings of our own hearts and really feeling it. And so I feel that your spirit guides here are saying the important thing is to acknowledge that this is a wonderful blessing for you. And why go through it with all that pain when you can go through that blessing with appreciation, grace, enjoying the magic that comes with new beginnings, such as relationships, for example. And with the soulmates appearing in the Lover's card, whether this is actually talking about a soulmate appearing in your life or talking about that euphoria that we experience with new beginnings, that honeymoon phase, it's saying, how many times is a situation like that appearing in your life? Immerse in it, enjoy it. That's not to mean that you don't have to nip it in the bud. The problems that arise, nip it in the bud. It just means go through it, do what you need to do, but let your heart be in the flow of joy and excitement and feeling that blessing that you have, that when you would have been told about it a couple of weeks back, couple of months back, couple of years even back, that this would happen to you. But be careful, with this new beginning, you might have to deal with this or you have to deal with that, but you will get that. Couple of weeks, days, months, years back, you would have said, yes, bring it on. I'll deal with that. Oh my God, have that and deal with these. Fine, just give that to me. So I feel like whether this has already begun or not, this is a heads up, probably for most of you, that a beautiful sort of euphoric new beginning is beginning for you. Don't let the challenges that come with it ruin that beautiful energy of new begin, the magic that one experiences with new beginning. Swim in it, enjoy it, immerse is what I want to say every time I say swim. Immerse in it, feel the joy, you know, hug it, kiss it, but at the same time be aware that there are things that you have to deal with it, and be okay. Sometimes don't let, like I said with Raido, the focus on adventure take away from dealing with everyday life. Enjoy the adventure, but be ready to deal with what happens. And with the cosmic tree here in the Hermit, that's the wisdom in your reading. With the cosmic tree, this is the tree of life, shows that this is just life. You know, there are seasons, there are changes, and there are wonderful things that come with every blessing that happen. And as you can see here with the nest, you see the expression of closing your eyes, immersing in the experience, holding it dear and embracing the beauty that comes from it. See, you have the lavender. It's take it in, feel peaceful, you know, the spiritual hearth, feel it and allow it to give it its beautiful energy, because immersing in that emotion will not only give you the well-being that will help you be healthy, but at the same time, it will help you face these challenges that come with it much, much easier than when you are facing it from a place of anger and frustration and pain. And I don't want to say lack of gratitude, but more like not accepting what's happening. Sometimes the new challenges that come that we may not like be the very thing that protects us from other things you're not worried about. I just channeled that. So I think, because the idea just hit me as I was talking. So perhaps this is the case of things, sometimes you get a great blessing, and with the challenges that happen along with these blessings, they protect you, for example, from other people who want to make use of that beautiful situation that you're in. And them seeing that you're in challenges will go, oh, whoa, pile number one has a lot to deal with. Let me just leave them now. That's an example. Another example would be challenges happening, giving you vital information that can save you later on from something that you may not have been able to handle. Getting something happen just now quickly gives you a good picture of what to expect and how to prepare for it for the rest of your life, and so on. The more we think of examples, the more we'll be able to, get the same idea that it seems like some of these challenges are actually a good thing for you. You might even connect with other people that you wouldn't have because, why is it moving? Because you've gone through these challenges. Key people in this situation that will be important later on, and so on. And so don't let this experience, as a summary, my dear pile number one, take away from your well-being and make you go through a magical new beginning that's meant to be gone through with a lot of beautiful feelings that everyone waits to experience. And years later, when you think about this memory and someone asks, how did it feel like to go through an experience like that? And all you have to share as you reminisce is, oh, I was really angry with this and angry with that, and didn't even get the time to feel the bliss of that wonderful beginning. I don't know. I will pull out actually cards and find out for you what could this new beginning for you be. We've been talking about the main message from your spirit guides, but I know a lot of you actually don't know with Hille what it is. So let's find out, my dear pile number one. What is that new beginning? I think you're definitely allowed to start seeing what's behind the veil here of this moved. What this new beginning is. So you have, what's that? The Six of Lotuses. This is the Six of Cups. I'm certainly getting the idea Nine of Pentacles, wish fulfillment. The Star, wish fulfillment. The Six of Cups talks about something that sometimes it's the energy of something that has been happening for a very long time, or something that you've wished for a very long time. Also, the original Six of Cups in the Rider-Waite-Smith shows passing on one blessing from one person to the other. Maybe this is someone passing something on to you, or you finally getting something that you want. So Six of Cups. The Sacrifice. This is the Chariot. Interesting. Look, we're talking about someone passing something on to you. It looks like something is being passed on to you, but it's happening at a sacrifice. Maybe you had to work for it and you're finally getting it, or maybe you're letting something go in order to get something. Maybe that's the challenge here that we're seeing in your reading. You're swapping something for something. And you have the Peacock with the Empress, of course. Well, certainly the Peacock, it shows off with its beautiful tail. And, how the way it opens up. It almost takes your breath away every time you take a look at it. It's something so beautiful in nature. Something, very beautiful in nature that will take your breath away. I see as part of this reading, as this new beginning, there's some sacrifice that happened, obviously, for this to move on with the Chariot previously, or something that you're sacrificing now. You're going to go, fine, I'll let go of that, but in order to be able to get that. But overall, this new beginning is something that you've deeply in your heart wished for a very long time. And when we say sacrifice, sacrifice doesn't always mean a bad thing. Sometimes sacrifice is essential. Like the example of the mother, she will be sacrificing a lot of things in her life in order to get this beautiful blessing. Every parent in the world, sacrificing initially their freedom, their timetable, everything, their sleep, everything. So it doesn't necessarily, by the way, have to be something awful or something that you can't handle or something that's not easy. It's just a different energy, and your spirit guides are telling you, take it easy. Take it easy. Embrace the changes. With Raido, it's the... Raido, I forgot to tell you, the gift of Raido, or the beautiful thing that comes with the energy of Raido, is the excitement of new beginnings. So it's obviously a wonderful adventure for you. Live the excitement, enjoy it, and know that you're not alone with the karma card here. There is balance always, and sometimes our minds could be the very thing that changes our karma. So don't let the pain make you fall and not be able to use your wings to fly and go long distance and to do what is necessary to keep that balance. Do know that it's your thoughts that could really hurt you and put you in turmoil. So take that element away and embark in this journey. Embrace it, enjoy it, take it easy, and you will see that you will be able to bring it all together, my dear pile number one. You'll be able to make it just like everyone who gets into the Raido adventure does it. There are blessings, there are things to deal with. Enjoy it, my dear pile number one, is exactly what I'm seeing. That's what I'm able to pick up on in your cards in terms of what is beginning here. But I do have another clue for you for sure. Six of Cups reminds us of the Nine of Pentacles and the Star card that this is something you would have loved and wished for maybe years prior to this reading. So this is significant. This is a major change. This is a big blessing appearing into your life. And my dear pal number one, first of all, congratulations. I wish you the best of luck with this new beginning. May you immerse in it and enjoy it and deal with it very easily. The calmer you keep your mind, the easier and more in control you are of the whole situation. My dear pile number 1, I just want to say one last thing. Sorry, this peacock, this means this is something that, you know, if people find out about, not only will you be mesmerized, but I think it's something that would make any person look up in awe and be mesmerized with that sort of blessing. Don't know what it is, but guys, when you find out, if you want to share it, I love hearing about your stories and what happened. Especially that, you know, we did share it in a reading together. If you want to share it, I would love to read it. And my dear pal number 1, all the best of luck with that. I truly wish you the best of luck. This was your reading. If you've enjoyed it, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. And my dear pal number 1, I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye. Hi, pile number 2. Welcome to your reading. You have chosen the Sodalite star, and today we're taking a look at important messages from your spirit guides. Let's see what they have to tell you today and why this reading showed up today. Let's find out together. So your tarot deck is now shuffled with the intention of your reading. Let's now pull 3 cards, one from each of these oracle decks, to find out what your message is. All right, so looks like it's this one. And let's pull one card from here. This one looks like it moved. Let's take it. And finally, one card, I feel like it's this one from this deck. Right, so let's find out what they are. Interesting. So you have Odin. Interesting. Norse mythology, Odin was the healer of gods. So let's see what this is about. You have the raven and wolf. You see that? Symbiosis, combined effort, alliance. Okay, cool. And you have veil, the beyond, esoterica, subconscious. Very interesting. Okay, right. Could it be healing some emotion that you have or something? I don't know. Let's find out. Right, so you have the 6 of Swords. You have the Knight of Swords. You have the Page of Pentacles. The 10 of Pentacles. You have the 7 of Swords. And the King of Wands, right? The 6 of Pentacles. Whoa, and the Sun card. How interesting. Well, something is here for sure. I keep getting the idea that although this is the 10 of Pentacles, right? It does look gloomy, doesn't it? And since it's in conjunction to the sun, especially with Utu, which is an important deity in Mesopotamia, an early one of the pantheon gods, you see Utu is being drawn by the chariot across the sky, brings the sun across the sky. So this gives me an idea that your spirit guides are talking about a very long journey that you've been on that was very difficult. And I feel like beyond the veils, beyond something that you're not seeing, this energy is now healing. 7 of Swords again confirms that not only was it hard, but it was probably very tricky. Tricky in nature because it could have involved a lot of risks. That's the energy, honestly, that I'm feeling intuitively with the 7 of Swords. it gives me a strong feeling of some sort of either risk, or another strong feeling that I'm getting with the Seven of Swords also is having to tiptoe, right? Having to do things, and you having to tiptoe because maybe you don't want to disturb energies. Like, because, you know, originally, the Seven of Swords, although it is a card of sometimes deceit, stealing, or lying, cheating, actually, the Seven of Swords in the Rider-Waite-Smith depicts someone that stole the swords from the other army in order to avoid conflict the next day, or fighting the next day. But there's another way you can take a look at it. Maybe this person stole the swords so that they don't have something to fight with the next day. So you can see it in many different ways, the Seven of Swords. The way I'm seeing it here for you is, like I mentioned, either you having to go through some risks, you know, taking risks. That's why it was tricky energy. Maybe you had to like tiptoe, do something quietly and do it carefully because you don't want to disturb a war, create a war, initiate, I mean, a war. Or it could be that you were doing something very smart, but you had to tread carefully. And that's, at the end of the day, that's a risk. Again, so that's the energy that I'm seeing here. And so this journey was very difficult, but you can see it was paved with a lot of opportunities. You knew what you were doing. And that's the King of Wands. You were making a bold move. You were doing something bold. And as smart as this new journey was, and wise with the Owl and the Ace of Pentacles, and as you were waiting for something to come together, you're tired. You're obviously so tired. But I see your spirit guides telling you this energy is now beginning to heal for you with Idun here. This is, you know, the healing of the gods. It's kind of like, first of all, commemorating the efforts that you put in, clapping for your amazing achievement of that brilliant thing that you were doing. But at the same time, letting you know that now things are finally going to start moving from that energy of risk to the energy of things actually moving quickly with the Knight of Swords. With the dragon being depicted in the Knight of Swords, you can see here your spirit guides telling you you are a hero, especially that you have in the Six of Course the god Tauhiri Matia, who is the god of winds. You can see that now things are going to be moving rather quickly. You'd say, but the Six of Swords is moving slowly to clearer waters. But with the wind here, in conjunction to the Knight of Swords, and the veils moving like as if the wind is blowing in them, in conjunction to the Six of Swords, you get the idea that things are actually, maybe you think they're going to start moving slowly, but there's a strong message here from your spirit guides that the healing is actually coming quickly. Things are going to start moving quickly. Why? Because with the Ten of Pentacles here, which is a card of getting more than you thought, excessive in energy, your wishes, your things coming together in a beautiful way, more than you think. The reason it's going to happen this way is because you will find on your path, due to what you've paved, a lot of opportunities that are coming that you may not even be expecting. Things that are going to appear on your path. Hey, look at that. I can make use of this. Or someone telling you, hey, I can help you out. Or if this is a familiar matter, then a family approaching or a friend approaching and telling you, I can help you with that. Or why don't you take me with your journey? Or something like that. And so here we can see you're no longer going to be dealing with this alone in the regular rhythm that used to happen. But now you're going to have ample of opportunities coming your way that will help drag you, just like Utu, across the sky or across this journey quickly and efficiently, with a lot of resources and opportunities that will help you finally heal this situation in an amazing way. Why? Because with combined effort here, there is the earth element and there is a spiritual element that you may not be seeing. first of all, energy is now moving. So there are things that you've done in the earthly realms, like the efforts, I mean, that you put in, that you're going to see it reaping the results. But along with that, you moved energy. And so the energy is coming also back to you with results, right? And that is a factor that we may not always put into consideration or see. And we see one of Odin's ravens. Look at that, 2 ravens. Actually, Odin has 2 ravens. Maybe these are the 2 ravens, signifying the news coming to you. So you might be getting a lot of news, a lot of offers, a lot of communication that will help you in your journey. By the way, this communication, if it's actually communication, if it doesn't mean communication from your spirit guides telling you that it's assisting you, you may be getting communication at exactly noon. Why? Because the Odin's ravens, they were released in the early morning, and they would come by noon to give them the news of the whole world, what's going on, to give Odin the news of what's going on behind the veils, or what's going on around the world. And so here we see the sun at noon. So again, I get this idea that something is happening, or some sort of important communication is happening to you at noon. How interesting. This could also mean the summer solstice as well, not just noon. We just passed the summer solstice if you're watching this now. But if you're not watching this now, since it's a timeless reading, do know that either noon or something around the summer is very significant here in your reading with regards to you reaping a lot of opportunities, unexpected. I don't want to say ample. I want to say abundant, like coming. It's like, look at the road. It's like, oh my God, it's this one, and then this one, and then this one, and then this one. It's like, whoa, there's so much to get and collect. It's definitely the energy I'm getting with the Sun and the 10 of Pentacles in your reading. So I'm seeing your spirit guides generally telling you that this energy is going to heal for you. It's going to start now finally moving like a breeze of fresh air after a hot day. You know, you're finally feeling, relieved. And it's a new beginning with energy that is different from the past. Where in the past it would move slowly, systematically in some way. Now it's like, whoa, look at that, look at that, look at that. Abundance coming in. And so at the end of the day, you're going to find yourself solidly in a strong position. And if you were afraid, now there's hiding, you don't need to hide anymore. With the King of Wands, you're in a powerful position, no more hiding. If this is not hiding, if this is a risk, like we mentioned, this telling you this risk is being relieved, because now you can see a lot of abundance coming in whatever form. If this is a financial risk, then abundance coming in a financial way, or maybe even opportunities that create financial. If this is a risk that you had to take in order to get a certain result, then now this abundance is coming to you, helping you with the results, or in making something quickly. There is a word for it, expediting this journey for you. And so this is a joint effort between you and spirit. With the veil here, there's so much that's going on energetically, especially, that you may not be seeing. You may be thinking, oh well, that's you on earth. I've done this, I'm gonna get this, and I'll probably be expecting these. Energetically is what we see with the 10 of Pentacles. You are expecting that, and that's what we see on the earthly realms. But what's actually happening is more abundance, because there's another factor that to put into consideration, and that is energy. And my dear pile number 3, your main message, 2, your main message is that this tricky energy is healing. You'll find yourself stable, strong, in a good position, and feeling the abundance of the past efforts that you have been putting into your journey. Certainly a new beginning that you will love. And my dear pile number 2, this was your reading of your important messages from your spirit guides of what to, well, in your case, it's what to expect next on this difficult journey, rather difficult journey that you were in. Expect healing. This is what I see for you, my dear pile number 2. I truly hope you've enjoyed this reading, and if you have, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload, and my dear pile number 2, I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye! Hi, pile number 3, welcome to your reading. You have chosen the beautiful Carnelian in the shape of a frog. It looks so beautiful, doesn't it? Just really admire it. Anyways, sorry, let's get straight into your reading. Today we're taking a look at important messages from your spirit guides. So let's see what they are. Your deck is now shuffled with the intention of this reading. And so let's keep it aside for now. And let's pick up one card from each of these oracle decks. I feel this one. It's moved. Okay. Oh, looks like you got this one too. That was cool. All right, let's pick up one card. I feel this one from this deck. And one card from this last deck. Oh, looks like you got 2 as well. Right, so let's see what they are. My dear pile number 3. Right, so you have the Othala rune. You have the Berkano rule. Interesting. You have earthing, grounding, centering, connection. Actually, I feel so inclined to put it next to Berkano because of the tree, which is what this rune is all about. I believe the birch tree. You have vase. Look at that. It looks like it broke. It says devastation, loss, recovery, and I see. And you have helm, navigation, control, journey. Interesting. Okay, let's take a look at your tarot cards. So you have the root of wands, which is the root here is the Knight of Wands. Yeah, because the seed is the pages. So you have the Knight of Wands. You have the Harvest of Wands. So Knight of Wands, King of Wands. You have the Root of Thunder. That's the Knight of Swords. Interesting. Court cards so far. You have the 5 of Cups. Some sort of disappointment happened here. Something fell and broke. So you have the Moon card, the 8 of Pentacles, the Devil. You have the Star card, beautiful. And finally, you have the Queen of Cups, beautiful card. Wow, looks like a big story here. Because I see your spirit guides. Look at that. The vase here is being redrawn. Do you see that with me? So your spirit guides are talking about something devastating that happened in your life perhaps recently. And it brought you a lot of anguish, pain, feelings of loss, and a lot of sadness for sure. In fact, I really see here with the Devil card, it kind of, these emotions at least that are resulting from this devastating situation have taken you down a path. You can see the footsteps here, down a dark path, especially mentally. And the reason I say that is because there's an emphasis on the chain in this Devil card. And the chain in the Devil card emphasizes the idea that you could feel stuck, although it's an illusion, and that's what the Devil card is all about. You're never really stuck. And so the biggest thing I see your spirit guides telling you is to stand up to these burns and emotions. Do you see that? To say no, because you have the power to navigate. Look at that. You have the albatross and the Knight of Swords, which is great at navigation, and you have the helm. And so your spirit guides perhaps are saying here, it's time to ground yourself and say, enough is enough with the Knight of Wands. To have the boldness and the power to change routes in how you're navigating your life. Because although you have every single right to feel that devastation, you also have the power to rewrite it and recreate it in the way that you want. And so the navigation is in your hands. And remember, my dear pile number 3, the 5 of Cups energy is all about, yes, acknowledging that something fell, it's crying over spilt milk, but there's always a cup or two in the 5 of Cups upright. 2 cups always, actually, in the 5 of Cups upright. Can you see that? Yes. Reminding us symbolically that although things fell, there's always things that we may not be seeing that are always there for us. And so your spirit guides are telling you, renew your hope in your heart with the Queen of Cups, because this is what will give you the balance to stand up again in a strong way and take command of your own life, and to be strong again, to maneuver it in the direction that you want. Why? Because you have inherited great navigation skills. And that's why you have the helm here. Spirit guides reminding you of who you are. Although this is a difficult situation, but you were given the powers. You've inherited something from your ancestors that most people don't have. And the reason I feel strongly about this is because you have the albatross, which is a great navigator, which is something we've mentioned from the very beginning. And the albatross, just like the Knight of Swords, is able to navigate brilliantly and move forward. That's why it's the fastest knight in the deck. The Knight of Swords has great skills of moving fast, just like the albatross. And the albatross is able to use the air pressure and the wind to its advantage, flapping its wings when it needs to, and letting the wind carry it for miles and miles without flapping its wings once, because of that skill, right? So we can see that here. It allows the air pressure and the wind to carry it through for miles and miles without having to flap it once. So why did I say inheritance? I forgot to tell you. I'm sorry, my dear pile number 3. Othala is the rune of inheritance. It's such an important rule. I'm not going to waste the reading talking about it here, but overall it's inheritance specifically from your parents or from your ancestors. And so I genuinely see it in a strong way here. Your spirit guides are telling you you've got great navigation skills. Don't forget that. And that's probably the upright cups here. Yes, a lot of things could have been shattered, but don't forget who you are, my dear pile number 3. You are a powerful person who is able to take yourself out of any difficult situation, change your circumstances, and move in the direction that you want. But that can only happen when you tap into that power. And so the question is, how, my dear pile number 3, can you tap into that power when you've already sold yourself the idea, with some dark thoughts perhaps, that you can't get out of this situation? This is totally a limiting belief that is imprisoning you from your own powers that you know you have, and that you know that other people around you don't have it. See, you're presented here again with the King of Wands. The King of Wands is the strongest king in the deck. And so you are presented as a very powerful person, someone who is able to navigate their way out of things. And so the only way to rebuild what was shattered in a much better way, even a stronger way, is to reground yourself. And speaking of rebirthing, you have the Berkano rune, which is a birch tree here, but the Berkano rule is about rebirth. So fertility, rebirth, you're able to recreate that which you have lost. Nothing with you, pile number 3, can be lost. Not with you. As long as you are holding on to your powers and avoiding that which could burn you, you always have the power to regrow back which you have lost, to get back what you have lost. Whether it's the same thing, putting the same thing together, or recreating something else, the power is in your hand. But I see with the helm here, it's more of letting go of the past, rerouting and recreating something amazing. You know, I feel like with the gray stones here, they're going to be colored, giving me the idea that it's a new page that you can recreate and make new achievements. And my dear pile number 3, grounding yourself, letting go of the past, not allowing boldly to make the same thoughts burn you, or the same energy. Maybe these are not just thoughts, maybe these are things in your life, to not allow them to hinder you or burn you, you know, make a stop. That way you'll be able to take yourself out of the darkness, that dark alley, and it starts by standing up in that dark alley and not waiting for the sun to come out. You are your own sun, my dear pile number 3. Get yourself back up is the message I'm seeing from your spirit guides, by grounding yourself, being accepting what has happened and looking forward to what you can create. It's time to get on your feet and to walk out of this dark alley mentally with your thoughts and your power, by refusing what you don't like. And this way you will start to recreate a new path in your life that will lead you, with the star card, to your hopes and to your dreams. You will feel larger than life, my dear pile number 3. You will create what you hope and what you dream. Why? Because you've inherited that power from your ancestors to create the life that you want, to navigate through it, and to reach your dreams, no matter where the life pushes you, even if it pushes you towards the end of the world. My dear pile number 3, you will always get back up and go back, shock everyone, and recreate. If people dig up a hole, put you in it, you will be the one who rises up and says, hello, I'm back. And that's the strong energy that I'm seeing here in your pile. Nothing can take you away from your power except you, because you are a powerful being, my dear pile number 3. Recreate your life, or the thing that you want, is your main message in today's reading from your spirit guides, my dear pile number 3. In fact, one of the strongest messages actually is, don't forget who you are. My dear pile number 3, this was your reading. I wish you the best of luck. May you always wake up feeling strong, blessed, and create everything that you want into your existence. This was your reading. If you've enjoyed it, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. My dear pile number 3, my heart is with you. Get back up, my dear pile number 3. You're a force to be reckoned with. And I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye. Don't forget who you are.